What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Ethereum today. Here we are, down 5.3% on this, the 12th day of December. 7 hours, 9 minutes left, sitting here at $3,066. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And let's get into it, my friends. Here we are, plummeting. We're dropping at escape velocity here. Not really. It's not that dramatic. I'm sure for some people, it's that dramatic exactly. I think this is just a higher low. I think this is more or less to be expected, and from here we should continue to move higher. I do suspect that Ethereum is on a path that will take it up around $3,700 to $3,800, maybe maybe even a little bit higher than that, but something in that area where you found support before, you're likely going to move up and find resistance there. That's the expectation that I have in mind. Let's get into the short-term stuff. We'll zoom out from there, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, 1 hour time frame here. A lot of volume on this drop. We've seen a lot of volume on these pumps, a lot of volume on these dumps, and it's just more of the same stuff. You know, with these drops, we look back at them, and typically they're pretty fast. Then you move down, you move sideways, and you see slightly lower lows, but then you move up, right? We had a pretty harsh move down here, and then we moved up immediately afterwards. Very harsh move down here. Moved sideways, moved a little bit lower, but then inevitably when we moved higher, we moved back basically where we started to. I have very little doubt in my head that we're going to see a move over the next day or two, or probably by the end of this week, that takes us back above $3,200. And if not by the end of this week, then certainly sometime early next week we should be back above $3,200 and pushing higher. We look at the 1 hour RSI, we are oversold. We're actually the most oversold that we've been since the very beginning of this month now. The last time that we got this oversold, we were here. We were literally like right here. So maybe what we're doing here is comparable to what we did back here. Move sideways a little bit, people will be expecting the upside because we've been Bart City left and right. But instead we get the downside, but just a little bit, enough to scare people and make them think we're going lower, that it was a bear flag or something, and then we move back up. I don't know, something like that is what I would expect. The MACD is rejecting the zero, bearish. Stochastics are bearish, the RSI is bearish. Even if we do move up from here, which I think we will, more or less, maybe we haven't found the absolute low itself, maybe we go a little bit lower, but even if we move up from this general vicinity, I wouldn't expect that it happens right now. I don't think that we're seeing this kind of a reaction. I hope we are. I hope I'm wrong and we do just move up immediately, but that's probably not what's going to happen. If we look at this on the 4 hour time frame, we are right at the oversold zone, which is a perfect area to bounce, but how many times, it's not that it doesn't happen, but how many times does Ethereum bounce off of its 4 hour oversold zone? Here you bounced off it once, right there, but in that bounce, were you at your low? No, you went lower, and you bounced off of this oversold zone multiple times. Then you moved up, you had a little move up, but inevitably went lower, where you consistently bounced off the oversold zone, right? Here, you bounced off of it, where was it? Like right here, but it didn't promote much. So we are at the oversold zone. We do like to bounce here, but I don't know if it'll promote much growth, right? We'll probably consolidate, take a stab into the oversold area, and then recover from there. If you guys hear any coughing going on, I don't know what's happening, but everything's fine. Sounds like somebody just has something down the wrong pipe. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I'm sure you can. If you don't hear the coughing, then you're just like, what coughing? What are you talking about? Stochastics are oversold. And the MACD is actually right at a place to bounce. So it is a bit interesting because the MACD and the RSI technically are at places to bounce. Within this area of the price range itself, I think that we're at an area to bounce as well. I just wouldn't be surprised if we moved sideways and even saw slightly lower prices over the next couple of days. And then maybe on Monday we move up. Or maybe over the weekend we move up. I don't know how it's going to look, but I don't expect that we move too much lower than this. I certainly don't expect that we move below this low. We're probably just going to be boring for the next 24 hours or so would be my guess, and then we'll move up higher. 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe 72 hours, we'll see. If we're looking at this on a daily time frame, the daily RSI technically has a bullish posturing at the moment. We do have lower lows in the RSI. You do have higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. We have broken out of our downtrend, and we are in the midst of an uptrend right now. A very small uptrend, but still an uptrend nonetheless. I'm not bearish on the daily RSI, and that gives me confidence that no matter what we do here, maybe for the next day or two, the weeks to come will likely provide higher prices. Stochastics are back at the 50. We've kind of reset there, which is not bad. You actually do like to bounce around this area, so again, I wouldn't expect to go too much lower. And the MACD, you are at the zero on the daily time frame. that could promote some turbulence. And again, at which maybe we consolidate here for a few days or so, and then we make our next attempt up. Sometimes we just get the cross up above it. Sometimes we find turbulence right at it, like here. I'm actually trying to look back in time and see. We don't typically do this where we find resistance right here. Typically we do actually just move right up above it. Kind of interesting there. So it'd be less common to actually find resistance here, which is fine because we just move sideways for a couple of days. When we move up, it won't really be like we found resistance here at all. Anyways, I'm bullish on all of these indicators, is all I'm trying to say, on the daily time frame. So that means maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but the days to come, the weeks to come should be bullish. Weekly time frame here, RSI is all the way down at the oversold zone, an area that we have bounced from once before, twice before, 3 times before, back in the bear market even, and in the prior bull market, we've bounced literally from this exact area. Whether it was pinpoint accurate to this low, like this one, or or this one here, or it was just above, maybe just below, whatever, we typically do find support right here around this line. I mean, just look at all that bouncing there, just above it there, right below it there, just above it there, right there, right there. We got oversold here, but I think we're going to bounce here. That'd be my expectation. Stochastics coming out of the oversold zone. We're getting the blue and the orange to come out of the oversold zone. We have 2 days left in this week. If we can close this week a little higher than we are now, we'll get both of these stochastics out of the oversold zone. And typically, when they both go in and then they both come out, typically that promotes a move that would inevitably take these up to the overbought area, which should promote a good end of year rally for 2025 and a good opening of year rally for 2026. That'd be my thoughts. We'll see. Weekly MACD is all the way down at the 0, totally reset, ready to bounce here. We've bounced here before, right? It's actually somewhat common to, whenever you break above the 0, to back test it for support and then continue to rally. Right? We don't have all the history back here, but that's what we're doing. We broke above it. We're back testing it for support, and I think we will rally. You've got a lower low here in your MACD while providing a higher low in the price, and you're bouncing right off of the 0.5 fib, which throughout this whole cycle has held support and resistance for various cryptos since 2022. So I'm very convinced here that we don't go below this low. I'm very convinced here that from here, the next move up that we're in the process of making is going to take us to about $3,600, $3,700, if not a little bit higher or somewhere around that area. I don't know if we quite get to 4K. I'm not anticipating Ethereum will close above 4K by the end of 2025. I don't think that'll happen. But I think we'll get close, and then likely January will be when we start to see prices above 4K again. But I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Expect maybe some boring price action over the next couple of days. That'd be my guess. If I'm wrong, my suspicion, if I'm wrong, would be that we do have a quick reaction back to the upside. But I don't know if I see that. I think we will close the week probably somewhere exactly where we are now, like right around this 3,000 level. And then next week we should be moving up. Take care. Bye-bye. See you later.